really videos like this that will humble you so fast, bro. We have this woman talking about the month that she spent with a billionaire. You could be hustling, grinding, motion, locked in. But then you come across a light-skinned girl talking about her dating a billionaire, bro. Like, this is crazy. This is really crazy. The tax brackets is different nowadays. It's different nowadays, y'all.
Story time on the month-long relationship I had with a billionaire, part 1. We're going to call this man Harley. Last year, I was spending a lot of time on the apps because it was my first time actually being able to be single enough to be on the apps, and I met Harley on Raya. He was somebody that on the apps actually didn't have that he was a creator or a founder, because every single person on Raya has that they're a creator or a founder or a producer of some sorts, and this man actually didn't even have his profession on there. He just had his Instagram, and he ended up messaging me, and we matched, and he was about in his mid-40s. He was very cute, like definitely was someone that you could tell was very handsome when he was younger, like 6 feet tall. He had a bit of like a little bit of a dad bod, but not too bad. And he was like very built in the arms and everything. And he just had sent me a very sweet opening message, basically talking about how he loved my energy and my smile. And I thought, why the hell not? We started messaging on Raya a little bit, and he was like, hey, I am going to be going to Mexico for some work next week, but I really want to meet up with you before I leave. I was not going to be able to meet up with him because I was really busy at the time. I was in the middle of looking for a new place in LA after the fires had happened, and I had just been living like hotel to hotel and everything, and he lived in some big fuck off mansion over in the hills of Encino. If you want to know what Encino Hills are, it is a very slept upon area of LA that has lots of very rich people, and it's more in the valley type area. He was like, okay, well, why don't you just come to Mexico with me? And I was like, okay. Still, I did not know what this man did. From his profile on his Instagram, it had just a lot of like very quirky quotes and things. It was like very clear that this man did not know how Instagram worked, because he had like little quotes on there like strive to be the best and shit like that.
Yeah.
And him with his friends eating at the Ivy, having lunch. And it was just kind of unclear what he did, but I could tell that the man had money.
That's billionaire motivation right there. Take notes, fellas.
Because he was like, you should just come to Mexico with me. I will have my private jet pick you up. Like, just casually dropping the private jet thing. I was like, okay, let's like jump on a FaceTime and like figure this out, because I don't know if you're a scammer from Ghana and you're trying to kidnap me and sell me into or whatever, so let's jump on a FaceTime and let's figure this out. One day, I'm staying at a hotel in Silver Lake. I'm staying at the Silver Lake Lounge Hotel, which is very cute and the only hotel in Silver Lake. And it's attached to the Polo Lounge, so there's like a little pool outside, and the rooms are really cute and kitschy. And I was just sitting by the pool in my little bikini, and he FaceTimed me. I answer, and this man was way more handsome on FaceTime than he was in his pictures. Like, it was very clear that his pictures had a full beard. He was wearing these really cute little framed glasses, white t-shirt and jeans, and he was sitting by his pool in Encino. We start chatting, and he's like telling me about his day, that he had worked out with his trainer, and then he was going to have his chef make him some lunch, and then he was figuring out his itinerary, and he had to go to Mexico because he was thinking about investing in this tequila company. He's like, I'm actually leaving today, but what I can do is, since you're going to be in LA working and everything, I can just have my jet come back and then pick you up and then fly you to Mexico to meet me there if that's what you want to do, because I'm going to be in Cabo meeting with this brand, so you can meet me there. Y'all, you know that your girl leans into...
Bro, realistically speaking, I plan on being that type of guy one day. I don't know if I'm going to hit billionaire status. I'm not really striving for billionaire status. But the idea of being able to travel and just invest into companies, have a little private chef going on in the kitchen, you know what I'm saying? My wife chilling with me by the pool. I don't want to be no sugar daddy, and I don't want to be out here talking to multiple women. I want to be married, bruh. Wife and kids, you feel what I'm saying? But I'm trying to get to that level. Travel to Europe, invest into some wine companies and stuff like that. Wine tasting and shit like it. That's the type of life I really want to live, y'all.
Lauren just does things for the plot. So I was like, okay, sir, like this seems like a good idea, because we had chatted a couple days on FaceTime. I saw his information, and from his name, I was also able to Google him, and Google showed me that this man was a billionaire with a capital B. He actually was also a Nepo baby, and he had been married to a woman that is a public figure. So I knew that if I needed to come after this man, then I could find him, because there were all these different tabloids and things on him. So I knew that he was findable and verifiable. So Harley and I spent the next couple days FaceTiming, and I decided that it was trustworthy and that I was going to go to Cabo and meet this man. First time meeting this man. The day comes around and he tells me
In
that I don't
Cabo.
even need to pack anything because anything that I need we can get while we're there. And I was like, all right, bet King,
Gangsta.
don't tell me that. Say less, because I will come up with a very empty suitcase so that we can do hella shopping while we're there. He sends me a black car to take me to the Burbank airport in LA, and I get there, and y'all, talk about you flying private and you're just like, oh my God, I know that this is bad for the environment, but oh my God, this is so easy. You're just waiting in the little lobby. They come and get you. They don't even check your info or anything. They don't even check your passport. You literally just give them your name. They walk you to the tar pit. They walk your ass up the tiny little stairs into the plane, and you're there with your full ass staff. It was the sweet girl that was the flight attendant / cocktail waitress, and then you've got your pilot, and you're sitting there and you get a menu that is just filled with the most delicious things. So I ordered one of everything. I ordered the Bellini drink, a caviar on toast with curdled eggs, frisee salad with lobster, and the clam chowder soup with uni. And I was living in luxury.
Bro, what's uni, bro? Y'all over here saying things I never even heard of, bro. Uni? What's that? Uni is crazy. Uni. I heard of caviar, you know what I'm saying? But uni? Come on, y'all.
We land at the Cabo airport. They haul my ass out, and as soon as I walk out into the airport, you're just surrounded by people being like, do you need a ride? Do you need a ride? It's a little overwhelming, but I look over and there's like a little man standing there with my name, Kat, waiting for me with his little driver hat on. He puts me in the black car and they take me directly down into Cabo. We're driving for maybe like 30 minutes to an hour, and Harley texts me and he's like, I heard you landed. I'll see you very soon at the villa. I'm like, okay, great. At this point, I don't know where we're staying. I was assuming it was going to be like Four Seasons or Waldorf or anything, because that's usually where the very rich people stay. But not when you're a freaking billionaire, okay? We pull up to this huge ass gate. They go to the intercom. The gate opens. It is a huge private villa with these tall, tan, very modern building-like structures. It's got a long pathway that on either side is water, full-ass staff, full chef's kitchen, right on the beach. It is called Grayscape Villa, and it is a private estate that is owned by James Purse, the fashion designer. And literally, y'all, this is where the Kardashians stay. It opens. I'm like, where the hell am I? We pull up. Huge, beautiful trees everywhere. It is the most gorgeous place that I have ever seen in my entire life. All open with lush tables, sand, very minimal decorations, and a staff of like 12 people just walking around doing God knows what, pretending like they're doing something, because honestly, you could probably get paid a lot of money just to be there to attend to a couple people that you really don't need that much staff there. And out walks Harley. He was wearing some little Hermes slides, some gray sweatpants, a white t-shirt, and chrome hearts glasses. And I was like, this man screams quiet luxury. I came out and he was like, nice to meet you, gorgeous. And I was like, good to meet you too. There are 2 staff members.
Bro, hold on, yeah. This is really first link up, bro. Like, that's insane first link. Insane first link. I'm trying to get you to understand. PJ to Cabo for first link, private villa, private estate. I'm taking a girl to a restaurant first link. I'm taking a girl right down here. Right in Brickell. And we go into Brickell, eat some dinner, go to the hookah lounge, you know what I'm saying, have conversation. We're not doing PJs to Cabo, bro. That's what we're not doing.
Standing on either side of them, a woman with a tight little bun and a man that has a little comb over, and they're both wearing these vests that signify that they're staff, because everyone is wearing uniform there. The man has on his little tray champagne, a vodka martini, whiskey neat, and a glass of red wine. And he goes, I know that you said that these were your 4 favorite drinks, so I had them prepare them all so you can choose which one you'd like. See, this is the full service that we deserve, ladies. I look and I'm like, hell yeah. I'm like, well, I just had a long flight. And while I was on the plane, I had some really good Bellinis. So let's just keep the champagne flowing. I grab the champagne. I take a little sip. I look over at the woman with the tight bun, and she is holding on a tray, again, a little box. The sun was beaming on me, y'all. And I was kind of like going like this. And he goes, oh, did you need sunglasses? Because it seems like the sun is really in your eye. And I was like, I didn't bring anything with me, sir, because you told me not to. And he goes, good, I was counting on it. He looks over. The woman pulls open the box. It's a white box. Inside of it is a black box that says Gucci on it. I'm like, he opens it and he goes, I was pretty sure that my personal shopper was able to find the right shape and everything for your face because I sent them pictures. But he pulled out these shades. Yes. The man greets me with all my favorite cocktails and a pair of Gucci shades. I would say that this is the life for me. And I knew that it was going to be a very interesting time knowing this man. Puts his hand out to me and he was like, all right, let's go inside. I'm going to show you around and let's have the private chef make you some food. I was like, all right, bet, let's go. So y'all, part 2, the day spent with this billionaire, the rest of the month that I had spent with him in the next parts, and why it did not work out. I love you and I see you. Big hug, big kiss.
Bruh.
Story.
That's insane. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm low key trying to run part 2. I'm not gonna lie. If this video gets 100 likes, we'll do a part 2. All right. Because I'm genuinely curious to see how this ends. Man over here offering Gucci glasses, 4 different types of drinks, PJ to the Cabo to the private villa. Listen, I'm not going to lie. To get to that point in life, I'm all for it, bro. Like, at that point, you do what you want. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I like the idea of freedom, just making decisions, doing, going, and seeing who I please. I love freedom. You feel me? But I'm very, very curious to see how it ended because this man is probably doing this almost every month with a different girl, realistically speaking. But if this video gets, like I said, 100 likes, we'll run part 2.